Welcome back to our YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for tuning in to our show. For the third time running, I have followed the events from Kiambu County and have concluded that there are dark forces that do not want Governor Wamatangi, and they want to sabotage him as early as 3 years to election in 2027. When William Ruto was attending the Mount Kenya tour and they landed in Kiambu, the member of parliament from Thika, Alice, who has declared her candidature for the gubernatorial position as early as this, instead of working for the people who elected her as a member of parliament, carried guns, and they had planned to humiliate Governor Matangi together with the senator of Kiambu. And they took their time to try and implicate Governor Matangi as if he's not working. It took Governor Matangi time to explain how much he has done to the people of Kiambu. And he was telling the president to confirm that from the people of Kiambu themselves. Thereafter, the leaders were really humiliated. In fact, Alice Wanga was booed in front of William Ruto, and Rigathi was very mad that they were booing leaders in front of William Samoei Ruto. Then at some point, when Kimani Ichungwa, again in Kiambu, tried to talk about Uhuru Kenyatta and Governor Matangi, the way they are not development conscious, he was almost chased away. In fact, they took away his microphone, they switched it off. That tells me that unlike in other counties where other governors are being heckled by the electorates who elected them into offices, Governor Matangi is being fought by the very leaders who are supposed to unite together for the sake of development. So today, there was a church forum, and Gachagua was the senior most politician in that church. Kimani Ichungwa took that opportunity to attack Governor Matangi, and he was trying to pretend that he was talking politely, but you could feel his intention. He wanted to imply that Governor Wamatangi is corrupt. And together with leaders like Alice Nganga and the senator, they ganged up again in church to try and humiliate Governor Wamatangi. Kindly take a look.
On matters touching on accountability, let me say in front of this church and before this church and the people of God, as members of parliament, we have no apologies to demand accountability, both at the national government level and at the county government level. That we shall continue to demand. Some of the issues, Your Excellency, you are talking about have already been pointed out now by the Auditor General, that the counties of Kiambu and Nairobi are leading our country in matters and accountability and misuse of public resources. That must come to an end, and I say that without any fear of contradiction, that we must bring to an end. When we point out those things, we don't point them out because we hate our governor or because we don't want to work with you, governor. We point them out because it is what we are elected to do, to represent the people, both at the national government level and at the county level. Therefore,
if you listen carefully to Kimani Ichungwa, you will realize that without explaining, without any evidence, he's trying to tell the people, to tell Rigathi Gachagua that Kimani Wamatangi is not doing anything and that is corrupt. Now, listen to Kimani Wamatangi, who was listening very carefully as they attacked him. So when he got that opportunity, just like he did in the tour where William Ruto was being told how Wamatangi is not working, he took that opportunity to explain, for example, how he has dealt with the floods within the country. Kindly take a look and listen to Kimani Wamatangi.
Kabuti, alafu twende kwa ground. Sisi wote tumekuwa kila mahali, there is no one word saa hizi, Your Excellency, for the last 2 weeks ambapo sisi hatujakuwa hapa. The second day wakati ilitangazwa ya kwamba tutakuwa na mvua hapa, Your Excellency, I mobilized in every sub-county 3 excavators and 3 backhoes. Saa hizi hata hapa Kiambu tuko na excavator 3. MCA watakwambia. We have been opening the drainages day and night. That is why, Your Excellency, although we were supposed to have been the ones who suffered most, sisi tuko mbele. So my brother, our senator, the reason why you find ya kwamba sisi hatujafurikiwa ni kwa vile tumekuwa hapa kwa ground, Your Excellency. Moving forward, wakati itafika siku ya accountability, it is you. We shall ask you as a people. We give you the opportunity to lead us. You led us. What did you bring us home? Na ndio ukirudi sasa, wakati tunarudisha rais wetu William Ruto, tunataka utarudi na yeye. But whether we like it or not, whether you like it or not, there are questions you will have to answer to us. Did you do what we agreed? Did you lead us well? Did you tell every leader in the daytime when they are right and when they are wrong? Because watu wengine wanakuja wanasema, Your Excellency, huyu Gakuya amesema hapa msisumbue rais, msisumbue deputy president, kwa vile tunataka endelea na kazi. Your Excellency, this region works in harmony. The work of a governor, the work of every MP, the work of every MCA zinashikana namna hii for you to deliver on your vision. Na so when we are speaking ya kwamba mtu asikuja kusema saa hizi ati mimi nataka kazi ya deputy president, we give it to you. It's your job. This is time to work for you. Hata kama mimi nikiwa wapi ningependa kuwa deputy president, I'm not going to come and tell. It is your time. It is your time for you to do that. And we respect that for you to do that. Your Excellency, I want to hear also, because we respect you, what do you say yourself as our deputy president? Wakati pia viongozi wengine tunakuja tunasema na mimi nataka kukua MP, na mimi nataka are we going to entertain at this time when as the UDA KK team we are saying we are going to deliver? Ya kwamba tutakuwa tunasema saa hizi nimekalia hapa lakini nataka ile, nataka ya rais. We are saying very simply, in 5 years kiti ya rais itakuwa open. Kiti ya deputy president itakuwa open. Kiti ya MP itakuwa open. Kiti hata ya governor itakuwa open. But our point here, Your Excellency, is very simple. Hata Biblia inasema there is a time for everything. This is the time to work, Your Excellency. It's time to work. Ni wakati wa kufanya kazi kwa hii kaunti yetu. Na mimi nimesema, Your Excellency, niseme hayo kwa vile mimi hawa watu walinipatia kazi and I intend to deliver on the job they gave me. Ndio tunakaa hapa. Nilihama kutoka Nairobi, Your Excellency, when I was a senator. Now I live here so that I can wake up to the issues of these people. Ya mwisho yangu, Your Excellency, my last point, Your Excellency, is ni vizuri tumesikia maongeo moja mbili hapa kwa viongozi. Nataka niulize, Your Excellency, because you have been a leader, you have been an MP, now you are our deputy president. Unajua mambo ya sheria. Are we saying ya kwamba sisi tunataka tukuulize, Your Excellency, maswali ya serikali ya Jubilee?
So Governor Kiambu-Wamatangi made it very clear that the audit query that Kimani Ichungwa was talking about was an audit of the past regime, the past governors, because the governors who got into work, maybe who were elected in 2022, are inherited either the good things or the mess that were perpetuated in the previous regime. So he was telling Rigiji and the entire church that Kimani was not being genuine. But regarding Gachagua, in a rejoinder, asked the leaders to settle to work for the people who elected them. He told them that we just have so much that we should do to the people instead of politicking now. But when I looked at the body language of Rigathi Gachagua, considering the past events, I realized that he has a hand in it, or he's enjoying this kind of squabble in Kiambu. The last time it happened, or during the tour, the Mount Kenya tour, where they were together with William Ruto, the accusing fingers were pointed at Rigathi Gachagua because when they were planning for the president's tour, all the Mount Kenya leaders were there, except Governor Matangi and the Githunguri member of parliament were missing. So people were asking, why would you exclude a whole governor from an event or for planning for an event that the president is coming? And then it has also been said that Governor Wamatangi has remained stubborn to give out land for affordable housing because they have been asking one question. We have a county land or our ancestral lands, and when we give it freely to the national government and they build houses, and then these houses are sold out to other people, then how are we benefiting as a county? Because we have not even leasing, we have given it free. It is being sold as part of the structure. Then what do we have? So with that, he's never been in good terms with people like Kimani Ichungwa. And of course, it is because of the gubernatorial, race that they have decided to campaign way before the right time. But it is very advantageous to Rigathi Gachagua himself when there are squabbles in Kiambu County. Note that Kiambu County is the county that the former president is coming from, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And Uhuru still has a lot of influence. You've seen the people of Kiambu sometimes praying and asking God to forgive them for not listening to Uhuru when Uhuru warned them. Kiambu-Wamatangi was a very close ally of Uhuru Kenyatta. He switched at the very last time when he realized that there was a euphoria about UDA and a euphoria against the Uhuru's party Jubilee. And he just went there because he knew that was the only party as a vehicle that could plunge him into the gubernatorial position. But how is it an advantage to Rigathi Gachagua? I believe that he either has a hand or he's enjoying the squabble. Number one, when leaders in Kiambu are fighting each other politically, Rigathi will come in and stamp his authority as the man who wants to bring peace and tranquility among them. You see, it takes a leader of a higher authority, a senior leader, to sit down other junior leaders when there are wrangles and talk to them. In the event that he brokers peace, then he comes out as the ultimate kingpin. When people are wrangling, even in a house, it takes the intervention of a father or a mother or an elder brother or an elder sister who will come and talk to the people. So when Rigathi Gachagua talks to these people, he takes that political mileage that he's the real man. And especially when it is now coming from, Uhuru's backyard, he wants to show that even though Uhuru is saying that he is a senior most leader, he is unable to broker a peace, even though Uhuru does not want to get into the mess within the UDA party. So Rigathi Gachagua would want to do that. It also gives him time to get involved directly with Kiambu politics. You see, like I said, Kiambu is the backyard of Uhuru Kenyatta, and Uhuru, they believe, will give them a run for their money. As we speak, some people still feel that Uhuru is the Udamaki. He still speaks and people listen to him. The Mount Kenya people have not forgotten how Uhuru helped them in 2017 when there was post-election violence. It was very sad and some people lost their lives. We don't want to speak about it, but Uhuru Kenyatta showed that he is really concerned about the welfare of Mount Kenya. And so when Rigathi Gachagua gets directly into the politics of Kiambu, he feels good because he is now poking his nose into someone's, backyard or bedroom, and he will feel good about it. When upcoming leaders are wrangling among themselves, Rigathi would enjoy it because in that manner, people like Kimani Ichungwa, who would even imagine that they can be Mount Kenya kingpins, they are being tamed. Because if Kimani thinks that is the ultimate kingpin there and they want to speak so much, then Kiambu-Wamatangi is there. When you realize that Kimani is there, you realize that they are checkmating themselves. Just the same thing William Ruto has done to Rigathi Gachagua. People like Ndindi Nyoro are being groomed so that as he tries to unite Mount Kenya, as he tries to entrench his authority as the undisputed kingpin, he realizes that there's another thorn in the flesh, and that is exactly what he wants to happen in Mount Kenya. You see, if Kiambu-Wamatangi would be there alone and maybe he's working for the people, then he would be a rival to Rigathi Gachagua. And Rigathi would want someone who causes him sleepless nights. And even Kimani Ichungwa, who is also not very much allied to Rigathi Gachagua, but is seen to be working for William Ruto. When he starts, roaring in that area, Rigathi would not be very happy. So when there are wrangles among themselves, it's good for Rigathi because they're checkmating, and so Rigathi would come there and pretend as if he's coughing as the eldest son in the home, and he will be very happy when they listen to him. He's sending a message to the other leaders that I'm the one who can speak when leaders are wrangling. He's done that before. He's the man who speaks about alcoholism when it has become a menace in Mount Kenya. He tells of the Nairobi governor when he wants to take long distance vehicles from the CBD, and he tells him, no, you are going to interfere with our businesses. He's a man who says he speaks for Mount Kenya. He tells them, we are a shareholder. So when Mount Kenya is fighting, leaders from Mount Kenya are fighting, Rigathi would be very happy. He goes there to cool tempers. He goes there to preach peace. And when he manages, then other people and the citizens and electorates see him as the man who's the senior most. Because what Rigathi is also doing is that by preaching peace, he's also trying to tell Wamatangi that he's stemming other leaders who are fighting him. So if Kiambu-Wamatangi was not aligned to him, then Kimani will come back to his side because he will feel that it is Rigathi who is fighting for me. And it is a matter of interest. When you realize that other leaders are fighting you and there is one who tames them and tells them you must respect Kiambu-Wamatangi, give him time to work, then you become friends because at least your interests converge. I don't know what you think, but in Kiambu, there is a hidden hand.